Hi, this is Gia Biglione. This is my reflection video blog for assignment 1 in PSY 610. I had the privilege of having a connection at the Fresno Family Counseling Center, which is part of the Kremen School of Education and Human Development at Fresno State. So I got to tour the whole facility, and I got to speak to the program director, Rocio Aravallo, for about an hour. She was very helpful. It was very interesting. The counseling center, as part of Fresno State, has been in operation since 1985. They not only take care of the student body, but they also do community outreach. They do everything that's in the mild to moderate kind of section of mental health. They do refer out anything more serious than that. But Rocio showed me all around the facility. They have 14 treatment rooms, which is really impressive. They have a nursing room for breastfeeding employees, for breastfeeding patients. They have a couple of rooms for child therapy. They do a lot of court-mandated visitation. They also run classes for anger management, parenting, postpartum depression, perinatal care. Just a really exciting place. We talked about the fact that not everybody in the Fresno State Master's Program is guaranteed to have a spot there. Psychology is an impacted department at Fresno State, as it is in a lot of places, but they take 18 students per semester, and that's usually out of 100 to 150 grad students that apply. So not a lot of spots, but they have, with the trainees, they have 40 to 50 doing therapy at any given time during the year in those 14 treatment rooms. They also have four fully licensed LMFTs and a psychologist attached to their staff. What I thought was really interesting about the treatment rooms, because they are kind of stacked right next to each other. It's a really nice facility, but they're all sharing a wall, was that each treatment room has a white noise machine right outside the door, which allows everybody to have a little bit more privacy. The child room was huge. It has a little bit of like a library, a sandbox, the whole bit. So that was really interesting. When I asked her what the demographic was in terms of patients, because they do a lot of community outreach, they really do everything from child, adolescent to, as I said, postpartum, court-mandated visitation. They offer so much in terms of classes. And what really struck me was the observation room. So they are open Monday through Saturday, normal therapy hours, 8 to 5, 9 to 5. The observation room is for the supervising clinicians to watch the students as they're giving therapy. And there's a camera in each treatment room, each of the 14 rooms, that faces the trainee. And she explained to me that they position it that way so they can give feedback on the trainee's facial expressions, on their engagement, on their mannerisms, so the students are learning in real time. I also asked her, because she mentioned court-mandated and anger management classes, if they were getting some clients in with severe anger issues that are court-mandated therapy, court-mandated anger management classes, and how the students, which some are as young as 22, 23, 24, how they felt about being in a treatment room with, hypothetically, a felon. And they do have panic buttons that they wear around their neck. There's somebody always there to oversee. Again, the students are never doing therapy without being watched on the screen. I did find out that the observation system that they have, the camera system, is the first of its kind in California. That now the program is from UCSB, and there was one other one that she said, another UC school, are taking care of and copying their observation system. So really cool technology, kind of cutting edge. It was just really, really impressive. And my thoughts on this assignment, I really had a good time. It was a little panic inducing, I won't lie. But I was lucky enough to get connected with Rocio through a friend's therapist who is one of the on-staff clinicians. So I kind of got in the back door and was able to hop over on a lunch hour because they're right across the street from my current work and sit down and have a really nice conversation with the program director. She was so kind and so intelligent and involved in the program. She actually came up through Fresno State's Master's in Counseling program as well, but now she does the admin side. She was so helpful and talked about the therapy modalities that the students use in therapy. When I asked, what might be the most common therapy modality that the students use, she said it starts generally person-centered and goes from there, that they kind of use snippets of whatever they happen to be learning at that time. So just a really passionate lady. And I was also really lucky and privileged to have another connection to the counseling center. One of my co-workers was in the Master's for Counseling program at Fresno State. So I also did an interview with Jillian Wida, and she gave me her impression of being a student through that program. And she loved it. She loved the community engagement. She really felt like she was reaching some populations that might not other have access. They didn't have another way. Much like there's some studies that I attached to my reflection paper that talked about the need for mental health services among undergrads. And I thought that was so interesting because I have two girls, 25 and 28, one that just graduated from Fresno State. So this was a little bit in her honor also, that have accessed mental health services from Fresno State. So really exciting to me that they're helping the student body that way, that they're helping some disadvantaged populations gain access to mental health care, and that they're just, as a staff, so passionate about what they're doing in the community. So that was my thought. I really enjoyed this assignment. I really enjoyed being out in a community health center and talking to them and seeing how they run, seeing the facilities. It was a good time, and it kind of made me reflect on why I'm doing this. And it felt right. It felt right that I was there. It felt right that I was connecting to. Like I said, Rocio was so kind. She handed me her email address and said, hey, if you need something else down the road, don't hesitate to call. I'm here. I'm here to support you. And I thought, oh, that's so great, because I would never in a million years reach out possibly to staff not connected to the school that I'm in. So it was really great. Learned a lot. I was so impressed by their observation system, so impressed by the staff and their passion for helping the community and the student body at Fresno State. So there we go. I'm so glad that this was a casual video because I'm a mess, but I had a really good time. So thank you for the opportunity to do this. I appreciate it.